I'm considering divorcing my wife because she cannot get over her mother's death. Yeah, I know, everyone is fired up at the title and ready to tell me what an asshole I am. To those people, I implore you to read the rest of the post before making a judgment, which is what we're here to do. Okay. My 36 male, wife 33 female, mother passed away 5 years ago from lung cancer. It was not a peaceful or easy death. Our lives understandably went on pause after the diagnosis, and we both spent a lot of time off work helping care for her mother. My wife had a pretty typical showing of grief at the time, cycling through different stages. Same with our 3 kids. After she passed, however, my wife got really bad. I totally understand this. I can't say I know exactly what she went through because I haven't had a parent die, but I understand how devastated she was. For months after she could barely function, I gently took over pretty much all of the responsibilities in the household and with the kids. She had been attending grief counseling since the diagnosis and continued after the death. None of this is the problem. I endeavored to be as supportive as possible. She cried on my shoulder every night for months, and I just thought this was the worst of for better or worse. The problem is that after 5 years, she does not seem any better or more functional. She stopped grief counseling about 4 years ago and refused to go again, stating it would not help her and that nothing could. About a month before any major holiday, she will have a major downturn. In bed half the day, crying all day, does not want to interact with the family, does not have the energy to do anything around the house. This will go on every single day until about a week after the holiday ends. Every holiday is intense grief, just as much now as it was 5 years ago. October, November, December, and January, which is her mom's birthday month, every year are particularly bad. I am essentially without my wife, and I'm a single parent to my 3 kids. Altogether, she is completely incapacitated by grief for about 6 months out of the year and has been the past 5 years. When I say incapacitated, I mean incapacitated. When she is in the depths of her grief, she's completely incapable of intimacy with me or the kids. There is no cuddling, spending time with us, going on family outings. I don't sleep with her for half the year. I've stopped asking her if she wants to talk about it because she can't get any words out between sobs if she tries. What hurts most is that the kids have stopped asking or being concerned. If they see their mom in bed when they get home, they just go about their day and might casually mention, "Oh, mom is sad today," if their sibling or I ask where she is. They don't really seek affection with her anymore because they rarely get anything more than tears. I've discussed this with therapists, my parents, friends, etc., and I know all the rebuttals people have for this, so let me preempt them. She's unwilling to go back to therapy for grief counseling or see a doctor for depression. Yes, I know she's severely depressed. I can't force her to go to the doctor. I've tried so much. Yes, it really is just as intense as it was 5 years ago. No, I never tell her to get over it or blow her off. On my worst days, I just give space and leave her be. Most days, I try to offer her some comfort. If you want to judge me for leaving her alone, whatever, but know that I feel like I essentially have caretaker fatigue at this point. No, she does not have a history of depression, but she does have ADHD. Don't know if that's relevant. I feel like my wife died when her mom died. I would do anything to get her back, even a small piece of her, but she doesn't seem willing or able to move on past her mother's death. I feel awful for considering divorce, but I don't know what else to do.
Do not get a random roommate in college, okay? Story time. I want to preface this by saying that I do go to a PWI. Okay, my mistake, my bad, not for long, I am graduating, but all of this what I'm about to tell you is produced by or surrounded by the presence of people, okay, sponsored by people, and if they ain't people, they are washed people, okay? So boom, the year is 2021, we are fresh out of COVID, but it was still going on, but the state that I am in, they don't really give a damn about COVID. So we are back in person, back in school, back in the dorms, and I'm a transfer student to this new college, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me, live in the dorms so I can acclimate to my peers, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to get some friends. That was a mistake. Nobody in my, hometown was going to the school, so I had to, I had no choice but to do the random roommate thing. And I had 4 potential girls because I wanted to live in a little 2x2, the dorm with the 2 roommates and the shared bathroom, and then the other side, you know what I'm saying? I ended up getting paired up with a girl that I didn't really talk to, that was supposed to stay in the other suite, but it just ended up we got the dorm together, if that makes sense. I don't know how to describe it better. And it's cool, it's fine, whatever. Like I said, we weren't really that close, but we did get to talking over the summer. And she's from California. She's not fully palm colored, okay? She's like a person of color. So I'm thinking, okay, like she's also from California. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. In the beginning, like everything is fine. I'm saying like we're doing all the roommate things, like we're like decorating our rooms together, we're going grocery shopping together. All of a sudden, like I just started noticing some like red flaggy behavior. First of all, like she joined up in a sorority, which is like cool. Like I also was kind of thinking about rushing, but I realized that I am black and I did not think I would have a great time, especially at a PWI. And that in turn kind of made us go to more and more frat parties as like the semester went on. And like I never really was like a party girl in the beginning. Like I kind of just wanted to like chill and like vibe out. But this girl would like go to a frat party. If she wasn't at a frat party, she would like literally be drunk every weekend. And trust, I get it. Like I was there with her. Like I said, like I wasn't really a big partier. So if we would go out, like I would get drunk, but not that drunk. Like this girl would be like violently fucked up, like almost every weekend. Like I'm not even gonna cap. So that was kind of annoying for me because I did not sign up to be a babysitter, okay? Like we are roommates, you know what I'm saying? And like it just was not giving. Like, anyway, fast forward, like me and her and a couple of other friends from the dorm were all getting kind of like fucked up in my room one night. And this is occurrence number 1 where I should have beat her. I didn't want to be like, you know, that girl. And also being like a black at a PWI, like you really want to like, I guess make a good impression. I don't really know. Like I just was like not trying to like be problematic or whatever. But anyway, we was hanging out or whatever. And we was all kind of messed up. And I don't exactly remember how we got to this point. But randomly, this girl gonna be like, something, nigga. What? And everybody literally was like, I almost said her name. They were like, let's call her, Catherine. They're like, Catherine! Like, oh yeah! I wish I could remember exactly, like, what she said, because it was crazy. But like I said, like, we were kind of getting fucked up. But all I remember is she said the fucking N-word. And, like, everybody was like, what the hell's going on? But nobody really, like, we moved on way faster than we should have, you know what I'm saying? So, that was occurrence number 1. Now, this second occurrence is something where I really had to literally hold myself back from beating ass, okay? So, boom. Like, we are out at somebody's birthday party, another friend inside of the dorm. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cute. Like, it's like a bunch of us, like, probably like 10 or so little girls, like, going to a really cute, like, restaurant, like, kind of near campus. We're taking photos. Everything is fine in the beginning. Then, we get inside, and I don't even remember, like, what set me off. Again, I was kind of messed up. We did pregame. All I remember is just being like, what the fuck, nigga? Or something like that. Like, something like, da-da-da-da, nigga. And then this girl is literally going to go, I might mind you. Sorry, not really, but basically, this girl is going to go. Did she just call me a nigga or a nick? Like hard R. Like hard R. At the restaurant. Like this girl is going to say like at this like nice restaurant. Like nobody like really heard it, but like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you saying right now? Everybody was kind of just like, what? Like nobody was like, oh my god, because like we're in public, like this is like a nice like restaurant, or we're still like, so I literally get up and leave. Like I was like, somebody can fucking cover my food, and if you got a problem, you can fucking find me about it, because I'm leaving. She's gonna see us at a hard R, and I'm just gonna say, be like, what? Come on, bruh. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. I call my friend from back home. I'm like, this girl literally just said the hard R. Like, what do I do? Because I need to be some ass right now. Nobody from the dinner's coming out to see me. Nobody, I get it, like, birthday dinner, but, like, nobody gave a fuck. Nobody was, like, my ally, like, nobody. So I'm like, okay, I see how y'all bitches move. I was like, oh, no, y'all ain't gotta worry about me. I'm good. Like, y'all ain't gonna come out and check on me? What the fuck ever. So, yeah, I think I ended up, like, going back inside and, you know, trying to just kind of keep it cute for a little bit. Pay for my little meal, you know, wish the birthday girl happy birthday. 'Cause she didn't really do nothing to me, but, like, her silence was enough for me. Took a Uber home by myself. We all linked together in the beginning. Not no more. There we are. And that was the end of that. Like, you know, could I have done more? Yes. Could I have beat her ass? Absolutely. But, like, after that, like, I just didn't, it wasn't worth it to me anymore. Like, I never really brought that up after that, because I was like, if you don't really realize what you did wrong, like, you're a lost cause. Like, I was like, there's literally no point of, like, talking to you or, like, trying to get through this. So I just kind of, like, started keeping my distance, and we started, you know, hanging out with, like, other people, you know what I'm saying? And that also was a bit of an issue, but that's a whole other fucking story, okay? I guess that's, like, the end. All that to say, like, don't get a random roommate in college, okay? Like, I know that we're like, oh, like, I'm serious. Like, you gotta vet these people out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I'm trusted to think that maybe, like, you know, just because, like, she's POC, that she would know better. No, she doesn't. She didn't. Like, I take accountability because I was not proactive in, like, being like, hey, that's not cool. But, like, I just felt like we should know better. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, this is not meant to, like, bash anyone. Like, I'm just retelling the stories of my life. Like, if you take it seriously, or if you, like, if anybody, like, that I know or from that time sees this, take it to a bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have every right to say what the fuck I want to say. It's my account. It's my page. The fuck, you got a problem? You can come hit me up. And so, and Catherine and I are still, like, mutuals on Instagram, oddly enough. So, no bad blood. Just, you're low-key racist.
Oh, why patience is key, like, for real. So I just graduated high school in May 2023, of course, and I started dating my boyfriend in March. And my boyfriend, when I started dating him, we were best friends before, so I already knew, like, almost everything about him. But one thing about my boyfriend, he has a reputation with females. And because of that reputation, I got a little female hate group now. Like, there was a good amount of females that didn't like me in the school because he's kind of popular. I'm gonna just say popular. I would get death stares from, like, a bunch of females, and I really didn't care. I was minding my business. But there was this one girl who was, like, really getting on my nerves. Like, she was just bugging the crap out of me. So just like every other girl, she was giving me death stares, and I really didn't care, but she started dragging it on. First, it was just death stares in the cafeteria. But after lunch, we would go, like, in the same hallway to go to fifth period, and she started accidentally bumping me in the hallways, like. So she would constantly give me death stares, and then she started accidentally bumping me in the hallways, and I was getting a little upset, but I was trying to keep my cool because, you know, like, I was running for prom queen, so I couldn't really do anything. So yeah, I was constantly trying to ignore the bumps in the hallways because I really, trust me, I wanted to put my hands on her, but, you know, I really couldn't because they would kick me out of prom stuff, so I just really didn't want nothing to happen. But of course, her picking at me every day got me upset, and my blood pressure started rising a little bit. So one day at lunch, my boyfriend came and brought me Chick-fil-A. And of course, me thanking him and stuff like that for the food, I turned to the side for, like, a quick second, and then I look at him, and I see him awkwardly, like, waving, like, going, like. And then I looked to see who he's waving at so awkwardly, and it was her. And I'm just sitting here like, this little girl is sneaky, like. And to be honest, like, I'm not no hater, so she's pretty, like, she's too pretty to be doing all that. Why are you doing all that? So yeah, I'm getting a little petty, catching little attitudes, because, like, why are you doing all that? And there was another time where I was just like, oh yeah, like, I want to slap her so bad. So I walked in the cafeteria to go grab my cap and gown one of these days, and I see her little minions laughing at me. And I shrug it off. I'm just like, okay, anyways. So, yeah. After I went to go get my cap and gown, I saw one of my friends in the hallway, and we were talking and chatting it up a little bit. And then I see her friends from the corner, right? And I didn't see her, so I'm just like, where is she at? So she decided she was gonna walk in between me and my friend while we was talking to roll her eyes at me. Like, you're weird. So yeah, at this point, I'm like, you're not about to keep picking on me. I'm about to get you back real bad. Real bad. You're going to be scared of me by the time I'm done. Yeah, she walked in between me and my friend so she could roll her eyes at me. Then her and her little minions came back together at the end of the hallway and started laughing and giggling. Like, I should be. So at this point, I'm like, oh yeah, like, baby, you're not about to play me no more. So I'm trying to do the peaceful thing, and I decided to move my seat at lunch. So, you know, I wouldn't have to deal with the BS at lunch of her, like, looking at me a certain type of way. And she moved her seat. Sorry, I was getting a little frustrated. She moved her seat at lunch to stare at me from another table directly in my face. Like, so since I can't do anything, I got some of my friends to help me out with this little too much on this side, but we're not gonna talk about it. But yeah. So one of these days I had walked through her and her friends while they was talking, just so she knew war has started. So yeah, since you're so used to staring at me in the hallway, since you got a little crush on me, we gonna do the same thing back. So since you want to casually bump people in the hallways every day, I casually got my friend to bump you in the hallway and you made friends with the flow. How about that? But that wasn't it, Pookie. I figured out where you live at, so I was sitting in front of your house. But you was at a dang Ed Sheeran concert. How you gonna be a bully and be at an Ed Sheeran concert? And no hate to the Ed Sheeran fans, but like, you can't be no bully and listen to Ed Sheeran. But yeah, I could see why you an Ed Sheeran fan, cause you know, all them love songs he got you Delulu with no Salulu. I'm gonna let this sit on my face for a little bit. But yeah, after that, then I tried to set you up. It failed, sadly, because your parents was outside. But if they wasn't, you would have saw me. Trust and believe. So I got my boyfriend to text her, and all he said was hated her. But basically what I was trying to do was, I was trying to get him to like text her, flirt with her a little bit so she'd come outside the house. And then poof, it's me, mother. But then you went around telling all his homeboys that he liked you again because he told you hey. Like, you thought that hate was your solution to your delusions? No, Bookie, you was getting set up. But it's okay. I had something else for you. So yeah, I was talking to my friend in the hallway, and I knew she was going to turn the corner to go to that hallway. So what I did was, I waited for her to turn the hallway, and I screamed out loud for the whole hallway to hear me. Like, everybody got quiet. And I pointed her dead in her face and looked at her straight in her eyes, and I said, if this little girl don't stop messing with me, I'ma mess her up. And she got scared and ran to the classroom like a little. But yeah, after that little comeback, like a little punk that she is, she stopped messing with me at school. You know, everything was cool. She was still giving me them little death stares. I really didn't care because she knew what was up. She knew what was up. So by the time graduation came, I just wanted to talk to her like a little civilized human being, like we are. And by that I meant I wanted to slap her with my diploma. But when I saw her, she ran away. So, womp, womp, womp. But yeah, she really tried to play me. But guess who ended up looking like the pussycat? Not me. All I'ma say is stay inside. Because I know where you live at. But yeah, at the end of the day, patience is key.
This is the story of how I got suspended from high school for making a viral video. The principal from my school still watches my videos, so hope you're enjoying the show. Okay, so let me set the scene. I'm 18, I'm a senior in high school, and my daddy's in prison. Yay. Ended up becoming friends with this girl who treated me like total trash. I was blowing up on YouTube at the time, so I was making pretty good money. She used me for money. She would always ask me to buy her things. Obviously, like the dumb people pleaser I am, I did it. Then it got to the point of her asking me to buy her a car. Yes, I was 16 years old when this happened. The suspension didn't happen until I was 18, but I was 16 years old when she asked me to buy her a car. Her and her mom started like literally borderline harassing me, saying that's why your daddy's in jail. Like all of this coming from a grown like woman, just like terrorizing me. There's so much more to that story, but let's just say it was just like really messed up. So anyway, I'm depressed. My dad's in jail. My ex-friend and her mom are now like literally bullying me. The only place I felt like I could turn to was YouTube because that's what I did and that's how I made my money. And I literally started YouTube as a way to distract myself from my dad going to jail. So I made a little story time about everything. I did not say her name, did not mention or insinuate who she was in the slightest. I didn't even badmouth her. I was just basically saying everything that happened to me and trying to comfort people who have been also screwed over by a friend in like a hard situation or whatever. That video ended up doing like over 500,000 views. Like it went completely viral. My subscribers were literally growing like crazy. Like that's when my YouTube channel was like blowing up. So obviously they saw it and they had a few choice words for me. Her mom, I remember, literally sent me a picture of like a side-by-side of me next to her daughter with my face like crossed out with like a black marker. They were on some weird shit. I didn't care about the harassment though, or like the comments or anything like that, because I was just so happy that my YouTube was blowing up. Like that was my dream. I literally told my dad when he left for prison, when you get out of jail, I will have over 100,000 subscribers. And I did. But yeah, like I said, no one knew who she was. She wasn't getting attacked. Everybody was just like, damn, that's fucked up. Like who does that to a person, especially like after I was a good friend to her for so long. But she decides to make like a 3-part series responding to everything I said with just like straight lies. Like everyone could see through her lies too, but the point is she decided to expose her identity. I didn't say anything about who she was or give any clues or ideas or anything. Obviously, the ratio on that video was like 5,000 dislikes and like 10 likes or something. It wasn't panning out the way she thought it would because everybody could tell that she was like lying. Like her mom was literally coming in the room, like in the videos. When she asked me to buy her a car, she sent it in like a text. The text was, can I borrow $3,000? Since the video was getting so hype, I literally printed out that text onto a a t-shirt and started selling it as merch. I sold like 300 shirts, and during all of this, her and her mother were still like completely harassing me. Anyway, so I missed a day of school to go to a Supreme drop in New York City with my friend. While I am there, I get a text that's like, girl, you just got called to the office and you're like not here. Obviously my heart sinks and I'm like, girl, what? So growing up with super strict parents, if I got suspended, I knew it would be like a living hell for me. So obviously I'm in New York City like pooping my fucking pants at home and go to school the next day. And I get called down to the office, as you would expect. They sit me down in the chair. The freaking principal starts off and she's like, I got a call from a very concerned student at another school about this situation and how big it's getting. And I knew that was like bullshit. Like no one called. She went into the office and like said something. Apparently people were wearing my merch to school and it was causing like a disruption in the learning environment or some bullshit like that. But she also said something about the girl's mom trying to paint it out as if I'm the only one that did anything wrong in the situation and like I'm like attacking or harassing her or something. And even the school agreed with me in the sense that like, no, this is very much a double-edged sword. Like we don't think that you're bullying her or anything like that. Obviously I was like thrown because I didn't even say her freaking name. She like exposed herself. So I'm like, how is this my fault? Because I know for a fact if my video didn't go viral, I wouldn't be sitting in that damn chair right now. It was like, well, she's getting suspended too, but both of you are causing like a disruption in the learning environment, as if they teach anything in that school anyway. It was so funny because while all this was happening, the school like police officer that was in there was like, so how much money do you make doing that? Like he was like hella interested. I just thought it was kind of screwed up that they can like tell me what to post, especially because it had nothing to do with school. I didn't say any names. It was literally just about my personal life, and like they have the power to do that. That's crazy. If they would have asked me to take my merch down or take my video down, I wouldn't have done it. I was low-key kind of happy. I was like, okay, period, a little vacation. I didn't care about being suspended like at all. It was my senior year. I knew I wasn't going to college. I was about to graduate. She was like, just wait till after you graduate to post anything. And there's so much more to the story with like the school and how they treated me while I was like blowing up. Y'all would actually be jaw dropped at some of the stuff that happened to me. This is just a piece of it. So she calls my parents. Honestly, my dad's like not even mad at me because he knows how bad her and her mother had been harassing me and like all the stuff they put me through for like the past couple months and while he was away. He just got out of jail, mind you. Like he was not mad at me at all. He was just like, don't worry, I'll take care of this. And I was really surprised, like, because he was pretty strict before he went. My mom, however, was like throwing a hissy fit and she was like, oh my god, like you got suspended, blah blah blah. And I was just like, whatever, girl. Even my 18-year-old self knew that I was allowed to sit there and talk to my audience and make a video about something that had happened to me. I wasn't bad mouthing anyone. Remember, the principal literally said, like, how would you feel if she made a shirt that said something about you? And I was like, well, that's the thing. I didn't make a shirt saying she's so ugly, she's so terrible. I made a shirt of a literal text she sent me asking me for money. I was like, if I had the nerve to ask someone to buy me a car after treating them like total dirt, I'd be fine with them putting it on a shirt personally. And she was like, understood. So I was suspended for 3 days. There were like teachers just talking shit about me everywhere. I would get texts from my friends in like different classes and be like, dude, this teacher's like talking shit about you again and like whatever. I was like, okay, like don't quit your day job. So I was stuck at home for 3 days and it was a nice little vacation. The only bad part was obviously that I had to like make up work. That was annoying. When I got back, like literally everyone was being so nice to me. They were like, dude, your video was like hilarious. Like the whole situation's like so funny. People I didn't even talk to were coming up to me like telling me how cool it is that my like YouTube's going viral. I kept my mouth shut for literally the rest of my senior year, and then when school ended, I dropped a video just saying like everything that they did to me. Because I'm sorry, but literally taking away someone's freedom of speech, not even in school, is crazy to me. I still can't get behind that. Like I still can't believe they were able to like do that. That's insane. Literally like the suspension email to my parents and like the letter are my favorite thing in the world. I still have it somewhere and I want to like hang it up on my wall and frame it because it's just so funny. Like, are you kidding me? And I'd be straight up fucking lying if I said I think what I did was wrong or that I regret it or shouldn't have done it, because it kickstarted my channel and I still don't think I did anything wrong. I'm fully allowed to make videos about my life and things that happened to me as long as I'm not bad mouthing or outing people. I'm just glad my dad had that fresh jail chill out, because if he didn't, I would have been in so much trouble. She ended up dropping out of school and still posting like so many videos about me and like TikToks and all that, even though she like literally did me so dirty after I was such a good friend to her. Her mom ended up leaking my phone number and like harassing me and like all this other stuff. Now she's like back with her ex-boyfriend boyfriend and they like serial cheat on each other or whatever. I don't know. It's cute, I guess. But like seriously, if you don't want the world to know how terrible of a person you are, then why don't you just like not do terrible things? You know what I mean? I literally got a text like a year ago that my account was on my principal's laptop screen and I haven't gone to that school in like 5 years. Moral of the story, don't let anyone stop you from doing what you love, because I easily could have gotten into that situation and just stopped uploading. Been like, screw this, it's not even worth it, but I kept going anyway. No one should make you feel like that for telling your story. It's still one of the funniest things that's ever happened to me though.
Oh my god, I literally forgot to include that at my little re-entry meeting with my father, the principal was like literally trying to get me in trouble. Like she was like, you seem a little irritated, like what's going on? Like no shit, I'm freaking pissed off because I got suspended for posting a video about my life. Like what? Get my mouth shut, and my dad was like, just let her do that, like whatever, just make it through school. But literally fuck you for that, like actually fuck you.
While we get ready, let's talk about this new fear. Yeah, that has been unlocked in me because of what I've been seeing on TikTok. Like, huh? You might be asking, Danny, what are you so afraid of now? Well, let me tell you, I wasn't afraid of them at first. Until TikTok decided that my For You page should be all of them. What I am talking about is Gen Alpha. Generation Alpha is basically the 10-year-old girls who already have like all of the Sol de Janeiro, is that how you even say that? And Drunk Elephant products, and they go into Sephora and they're chewing their gum and they wear Lululemon. They probably don't even know what a Nintendo or a Wii is. But this is why I am afraid of them. These kids are skipping kind of all of the fundamental childhood, not like traumas, but obstacles that we all went through, such as the ugly phase, because now they have like all the makeup in the world and they wear all of it. They're looking 18 when they're 11, 12. Veto. But all the recent videos that I've been seeing about Gen Alpha that has made me scared was all of their Christmas wish lists for last year for 2023. Some of them wanted the Prada sunglasses. They wanted that fancy hand sanitizer that I just bought because I have big girl money and was like, these 10-year-olds are showing me up. Wanna know what was on my Christmas list when I was 10? Matching little PB&J friendship necklace, you know, that you could get at Limited 2 or Justice. Oh gosh. Do they even know what that is? Another reason why I'm terrified of that generation is because, like I said earlier, they're skipping the ugly phase and they're looking like full-blown women, and I'm still waiting for my woman body. Let me tell you, it's a rite of passage to have braces, glasses, and a cross bangs when you're in middle school. Let's just say when I was a kid, I was not allowed to paint my nails red because my mom was like, that's like a very adult thing, you know, like red, like seductive. I don't know. So I wasn't allowed to paint my nails red. She was like, calm down. You're a child. When you become an adult, you can do whatever you want. Guess what? On my 18th birthday, I actually took myself to go get my nails done and get them done red. And I felt so cool. Gen Alpha just isn't know what that's going to be like because they're already cool. If somebody came to me and said, hey, you can switch places right now with a Gen Alpha, I actually would. I would do it because if somebody was like, you can be 10 for a day and not have to pay your rent. What I'm trying to say is that these kids ain't kids. They're already adults. While we're finishing up, let me also preference by saying this. Not all Gen Alphas are raised the same. I just got this view from TikTok and binged thousands of videos last night, and it made me scared. Because I have family members and cousins in Generation Alpha, and they're chill. They still go climb a tree, get dirt on their jeans. Just hope that they don't walk into a Sephora yet and know the difference between, like, Kosas and Hourglass concealer, or makeup by Mario and Dior. You don't even need to wear makeup. I got more passionate about this topic than I thought.
Am I wrong for telling my husband I told you so and laughing at him when we got the paternity test results? I, 27 female, have been married to my husband, 28 male, for 2 years and gave birth to our daughter 5 weeks ago. What happened was that our daughter came out with blonde hair and pale blue eyes, while my husband and I have brown hair and brown eyes. My husband freaked out at this and refused to listen to my explanation that sometimes babies are born with lighter hair and eyes that get darker over time. He demanded a paternity test and threatened to divorce me if I didn't comply, so I did. After my daughter and I got home from the hospital, my husband went to stay at his parents' house for the first 3 weeks to get some space from me, while I recovered and he told them what was happening. My mother-in-law called and informed me that if the paternity test revealed that the child wasn't his, she would do anything within her power to make sure that I was taken to the cleaners during the divorce. Oh my god. This man ran to his mother, and his mother called you. Oh, enough said about this guy. To the cleaners. Whew, man, this is not the 80s. Please chill out. I had my sister to lean on and help me take care of the baby during all of this. We got the test results back yesterday, and my husband came home to view them with me. I was on the couch in the living room, so he sat next to me and we started to read the results. They show that he was the father, and my husband had this shocked, kind of mortified look on his face with his eyes wide as he stared at it. I couldn't help but say, "I told you so," and started laughing at the way he looked. My husband snapped out of his shock and got mad at me for laughing at him. We argued for a bit, which was mainly him yelling at me, before my sister came downstairs and my husband shut up. After that, my husband went back to his parents' house to clear his head, and 2 to 3 hours later, my mother-in-law called to scold me about laughing in my husband's face because apparently it was kicking him while he was down. No, kicking you while you're down is going through 9 months of pregnancy with someone who's supposed to be the love of your life just to push the baby out and for them to question if that baby is theirs. They question your fidelity. That is kicking someone when they're down, okay? She's also left a couple of nasty texts essentially saying the same thing this morning. I don't think I'm the asshole, but I like outsider perspective on this.